I'm speaking to you about Support Owen. Here's Owen, he's on my t-shirt. We were in Great Yarmouth over the weekend with the local Labour Party, and we were campaigning and trying to get support, not just for Owen, but for many other people who've had their benefits cut. People like Owen, who has the particular kind of condition that he has. He has brittle bone disease as well, and he has a brain disorder or a neurological and mental disorder that really, although he's 22 years old, and I have to say he's a great looking chap, isn't he? I have to say he's a great looking chap. Well, he's 22 years old, and he has, unfortunately, due to what's happened to him, he has the mental age of about an 18-month-old child. Now, as you'll see in some of the clips I'm going to share from the ITV Tonight programme in a moment of Owen and his family, his mother gave up work as a teacher to look after him full-time, and they're struggling. They're particularly struggling here in Norfolk, in Great Yarmouth and the surrounding area. And the reason why that has happened is because the government simply are cutting funding available for the kind of support services that Owen needs. Not just for Owen, of course. If you watch the whole of that programme, you'll see that these cuts are desperately affecting other people with various forms of disability, either mental, physical, or both. Now, we're shortly going to be, and we will continue to do this, we'll be dropping more leaflets through letterboxes in Great Yarmouth and the surrounding area. You may see us in your streets. You may even see me or some of our colleagues delivering leaflets around Great Yarmouth. They'll have they'll have details of everything that we're doing to support Owen, and they'll also have links, the details of links that you can click on. And we'd like you also, of course, to sign our petition. So meanwhile, here's a few clips from that ITV show.
Authorities have been cutting their social care budgets. One of the most recent to make an announcement is Norfolk County Council. They need to save £40 million next year. £9 million of this is set to come from social care. Jan Wright and her husband Nigel live in the county and often bring their son Owen down to the seafront near Great Yarmouth to get some fresh air.
Can you hear the waves?
Owen is 23 and was born with a condition called global developmental delay, which means he has the mental age of an 18-month-old. He also has brittle bone disease and needs 24-hour care. I've come to meet Jan to find out what cuts to social services mean to her family. Richard, very nice to meet you as well.
When he was young, he was in and out of hospital every 6 to 8 weeks. He just used to get a lot of reflux. He was sick an awful lot. He was either broken bones or being sick and had to be on a drip.
Jan had to give up work as a teacher to look after Owen. She did this willingly, but that doesn't mean it hasn't been hard at times.
It is a shock when you're expecting a perfectly normal child and you end up with a profoundly disabled child, and that is just life. You kind of get on with it and you love them the same as you would any child. Hello family. And Aaron playing in the water. He's got an absolutely lovely character, an infectious laugh, and he is very loving, but it is exhausting. You can't just think, oh, I'm exhausted, I'm just going to sit down for a whole afternoon. You can't, because he's coming up to you and he's pulling your arm and he's like, come on mum, come and do something with me.
At present, Jan has carers come in to help out a few times a week. In the past, The family didn't have to pay for this. However, from April this year, Owen has had to pay £31 a week from the £200 he receives in benefits.
And I remember thinking, well, Owen can't possibly pay that amount of money per week because he's profoundly disabled. Surely they're going to allow him to pay a bit less. £31 a week doesn't sound an awful lot of money, but to us and to Owen, it's a massive amount. That's his petrol money. We put about £30 a week in his car for him to do all the activities that he does. So all the activities that he needs for his bones, so his swimming and his rebound therapy and all the places that he goes.
But all these places he goes, and I assume are not only good for things like his brittle bones, it's probably, I'm assuming, good for his mental health, that he gets to go to different places and
It's
experience
completely for his well-being. Since Owen has gone into adult services, we've seen so many cuts in almost every single area. It's almost that everything that Owen can access has suddenly been shrunk. He doesn't get the activities that he needs and the stimulation and the entertainment and the occupying that he needs. His behaviour will just deteriorate.
And there's a possibility that the care charges to Owen will increase again next year to £70 a week.
It feels to us like the council are trying to claw back some money, but they're taking it off the wrong people. How on earth can they justify taking 30% of income from someone?